welcome to the new series, episode 2 of Road to Riches. In this series, we have 3 goals on the account: obtain the maxed Infernal cape, get rich, and ultimately completing the Grandmaster Combat achievement. We ended last episode 1 level short of 2000 total level. Alright, so before finishing off 2000 total level, the boys convinced me to do some Zamrock God Wars. After getting a terrible drop, we decided to go do some Chaos Elemental. Oh my god! I'm skulled. I'm in the wilderness with like 70 mil risk. Okay, I'll admit, I panicked a little hard, but it all worked out, and then we decided to go to Chaos Elemental. The truth is, I've been wanting this pet for a long time, and I've gone pretty dry. But we did get a dragon pickaxe, which was very nice. And we decided to test our luck, so we stayed for a little while. Oh my god. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have gotten the Chaos Elemental pet. And it was time to finish off 2000 total level. Let's go! 2000 total level too. Also, I was trying to do some AFK fishing on my alternate account, and people kept pelting me with snowballs. Anyway, getting back into the grind, it was time to start working towards base 80s. And there is 77 woodcutting. Yo, what? What the So yeah, I did the calculations like 3 times, and it really is a 1 in 300,000 drop rate, which is absolutely insane. Anyway though, after getting 78 wood cutting, it was time to recolor our cute little pet beaver. And to do that, you have to do forestry events, which you can get the fox whistle, or you can get the golden egg from a pheasant event. And after getting 79 wood cutting, you may not get lucky with the fox whistle or the golden egg, so you just need to get 15,000 anima infused bark to recolor your pet, which of course we were going to do. But after a few hours of woodcutting, it was time to take a break, so I went with my friend to Temperos, as we are working towards base 80s, to get 72 fishing. Didn't really get anything special from any of the reward pulls, and now it was time to get the 15,000 anima infused bark, which took a lot longer than I expected, to be honest with you. Had some nice conversations with some new woodcutting friends, and then got 80 woodcutting, which is a nice little milestone. Alright, going off in a completely different direction. My friend was 1 level away from maxing and thought it would be cool to get his maxing cape through the Wilderness Elite reward lamp. However, for some reason, the PKers today were extremely bloodthirsty, so me and my boy decided to pull up to protect him, which turned out to be a good thing because considering the fact that some psychopath decided to try to kill us. But the important part, our friend survived. So it was time to head off to the maxing party. Honestly, such a legendary achievement. And it was really cool to see how many people pulled up. Also, I think the capes, they look nice. Anyway though, moving back on to our journey, we finally got ourselves 15,000 anima infused bark, along with some other requirements for the funky shaped log. Now we can change the color of our new pet, so of course we tried out every single color to see which one we liked best, but for now at least, we ended on the Arctic Pine Beaver. Needed a little break from skilling, so went off to do some Fana Musa because the vendor shard is almost 15 mil right now. But after about 50 kills, couldn't get lucky, so it was time to move on. And I think it's finally time to get the Prospector's outfit. It's a pretty long grind because I think it's 150 golden nuggets to unlock the better mining spot and the better deposit spot, and then it's 180 more nuggets for the outfit, which is kind of wild, but It's very laid back, chill, AFK, so we're gonna get it done. So while going for our first 100 nuggets, we got ourselves 74 mining and then 75 mining. And I'll admit, it took a while, but eventually we got there and we got our first 100 nuggets and talked to Prospector Percy, who allowed us to access the second floor. Alright, so I'm back. After using the top floor for a while, I must say it is so much better. We just need 50 more nuggets for the better hopper. Let's go. So I feel like now is a good time to talk about some of our goals on the account. Obviously, we know the long-term goals is to afford those big ticket items like the T-bow, the Tumikin, the Scythe, as well as obtaining the most legendary cape, the maxed Infernal cape, and ultimately the Zuck Helm. So currently, in terms of our combat achievements, we had the elite tier, but after they came out with the new update of Tormented Demons, we need 8 points, so we're about to get our elite tier back.
Oh shit, here we go again.
In case you don't know how combat achievements work, basically there's rewards for different tiers. Easy, not really doing much. Medium, doing a little bit, little pest control stuff, teleports. Hard is when it starts getting better. Your clue scrolls, slayer task like a boss is increased, ecumenical keys are super easy, and God Horse Dungeon, of course, reduced to 35 instead of 40. Honestly, the cannon is probably one of the biggest things, because I've had elite. Usually you'd be able to hold 30, but you can hold 60, which makes AFK and Slayer immensely easier. As well as obviously you can recolor to get the cool Slayer, Helm, and of course the Dragon Cut Hunter crossbow you can recolor. The Master tier is where things get really cool. Honestly though, to get Grandmaster is really just like the ultimate achievement, as some of the tasks in Grandmaster are insane. Some of the Zuck ones, just like perfect Zuck. Anyway though, those are some of our long-term goals in the account. Obviously short-term goals, we're going for base 80s, we're going to start doing more combat achievements, finish off 99 magic as we are very close. We're trying to max the our combat stats as soon as possible so we can do some more bossing, etc. But before we start getting into the crazy hard combat achievements, we're going to be finishing off base 80s. Alright, welcome back. We're about to get a level. And there is 77 mining. Let's go. Alright, so I was really feeling a change of pace, so I headed back to Guardians of the Rift. As I obviously am going for base 80s, I only need 2 more rune crafting levels, and it is one of my least favorite skills, so I figured I'd bang out a couple levels. That was until I realized how extremely slow the XP is and remembered that. I do have to say though, for some reason, I feel as though they changed the rooms, and a lot of the altars have like really good cosmetic upgrades. So if you've been putting off rune crafting for a while and you want to check out the new spots, it's pretty cool. I recommend it. Also, as a nice little tip, if you didn't know about menu entry swapper with rune crafting, it really is like insanely helpful. In menu entry swapper, you just gotta go to item swaps and make sure you get the check boxes on left click and shift click, and then right click your rune pouch while holding shift to make sure fill and empty are on different clicks. I only mention this because honestly, if you didn't know this, it's a huge lifesaver, so I figured someone out there might help. Alright, enough of that. As much fun as it is to show you all of the new rune crafting rooms and how cool they look, this is what they call a progress video. So let's get back into some progress, eh? And here is 79 rune crafting. Oh my god.
So that was a f***ing lie.
I'm 49 XP off. What the fuck? Okay, so there is 79 rune crafting. And to be honest, I would go for base 80s through rune crafting right now, but I'm good with 79 rune crafting as of now. So we'll do that later, probably in the next video. And it's time to get into some reward pulls. We got 78 saved up. So honestly, the reward pulls turned out to be kind of a dub. We did not get a pet, but I mean, we can't really expect a pet. We did get a decent amount of pearls, but we could have gotten a lot more, to be honest. And at the same time, we did pull the Dragon Med Helm, so there is that. So after the new Wild Gothic Sleep quest was released. After we finished the quest, we did some tormented demons. We actually did loot from 100 tormented demons, but we banged out some combat achievements along the way. Also, as a little side note, do not use the gear that I have on right now. This is my first inventory doing them, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Because of our completion of the new Wild Gothic Sleep quests, we got ourselves a lot of thieving XP as a reward. So it only took like 15 minutes to bang out 74 thieving. And after that, I was quite inspired because thieving is actually surprisingly fast XP, as I was runecrafting a lot, getting like 30k XP an hour. And to get 100k XP an hour, it was very nice switch up. So I then got myself 75 thieving, getting closer to base 80s. So as I work towards that goal, I also really do want to get the Prospector's outfit while going for 80 mining. And I'm getting pretty close. There is 78 mining. And because I have a good bit of golden nuggets, I went and bought myself the Prospector top and the Prospector boots, which is good because when you get the full outfit, you get another 2.5% boost to your mining XP, as well as the fact that it's honestly really always nice to get some new collection log spots. I also wanted to give a quick little thank you to the subscribers of the channel. We just passed 100, and if you've enjoyed the video so far, please consider subscribing. It's free. And we all know how often you click in Runescape, and all it takes is one click. Anyway, thank you, and let's move on. Over the course of the last week or so, we've been AFKing Motherlode Mine, usually while like editing videos and whatnot, and we finally got ourselves 79 mining. Following that mining level, the next thing that we were able to do is finally get ourselves the full Prospector outfit. And honestly, for anyone who's looking for something to AFK that's like extremely AFK, I would highly recommend Motherlode Mine. It's also really great if like you're playing on an alternate account and you're trying to do something like very difficult on your alternate account and you're looking for something AFK on your main. And after getting ourselves 80 mining with our boy, there was only one more thing that we needed to buy from the Prospector shop. And that, my friends, is the coal bag. So I'm closing in on a farming level, and I thought if you are looking to get your farming level up, either for a quest requirement or you're really just trying to get like an easy 99 because it's super fast, make sure you go into the settings in RuneLite, click on the time tracking, then click on the tree patches and fruit trees, and you can look at them to see, first of all, when your trees are done. And also, it helps you know when you're doing a farm run because, like, it's very hard to remember every single location. So all you have to do is just click on this, and then you're like, oh, I have to go to Brimhaven. And eventually you'll get your inventory all set up so you know how to do them in the future. Alright, so I actually miscalculated. I ended up about, like, 20k XP off of a farming level. But that's alright, we'll get that next time. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we lost our elite combat tier Helm, so of course we went to Moons of Peril to get ourselves an easy combat achievement. The CA that we're getting specifically is actually a kill count one. It's pretty easy, you just have to loot the chest 25 times. So yeah, that's what we did. And of course some of our long-term goals on the account is going to be eventually the Zuck Helm, which of course, yes, is very far away, but you know, one step at a time, right? After completing that combat achievement, we were 5 points away from our elite tier. So the boss that we decided to do to reclaim our Slayer Helm as well as all the other rewards was the Corrupted Gauntlet. The specific combat achievement that we're going for is completing the Corrupted Gauntlet without any armor. Quite a difficult combat achievement, but you know what? Let's go for it. Fuck! I didn't make a single mistake! Fuck. Yeah, so after getting Hunlift down to 42 HP on my first try, I thought I would get it no problem. But honestly, I will admit, I may have completely underestimated how hard this challenge is. I'll say like a little bit of it comes down to RNG, but if you make one mistake, especially obviously when you have no armor on in the gauntlet, the Corrupted Gauntlet, you're just dead. Honestly, I really thought I had it this kill, but then one misclick is all it takes to completely ruin the run. But the truth is, I honestly was extremely motivated to get this combat achievement done. However, what really started to kill the vibe was when the kill was going extremely well and I ended up dying to lag. I started to approach the 3-hour mark of going for attempts, and honestly, I will get my revenge at some point, but it was time to switch it up. So I headed over to Vorkath to do the Walk the Path combat achievement, which took a few attempts to start to get the rhythm down, but honestly it didn't take long before I started to stop dying. And after about 45 minutes, I had the rhythm down, so honestly it was only a matter of time before I finished off my elite combat achievements. Let's fucking go! For completing a combat achievement that wasn't too difficult, that may have been a bit of an overreaction. However, I do think it was a little bit of the pent-up anger from all of the failed corrupted gauntlet attempts. Anyway though, it was time to reclaim our beautiful Jad Slayer Helm from Nomal, as well as finally re-unlocking all of the amazing elite combat achievement rewards, while working towards 96 defense, and of course trying out our new reclaimed Slayer Helm. We went to Basilisk Knights, which using the word nostalgic is a bit weird, but this is where I got 99 Slayer not too long ago, actually on a superior creature as well. So honestly, the vibes were just good, you know what I mean? There's also a new Slayer boss coming out called Araxor, so I'm trying to save up a lot of points so I can camp that boss on release. And after completing this task, we got ourselves a Dust Devil task, and honestly, I seriously recommend that you try out doing them in the wilderness. Obviously, nobody wants to be PK'd by a clan, but the money you make here is honestly pretty worth it, worth the risk. And we are extremely close to 99 magic as well now. And yes, we are killing elves. Please do not judge me.
You have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We're trying to save up Slayer points, you know what I mean? Anyway though, eventually we finished off the task and we got ourselves 96 defense. The only question left is, what do you want to see in the next video? Do you want to see some more combat achievements? Finally finish off base 80s? Or maybe some insane money making methods? Let me know what you want to see by leaving a comment down below. I'm ZZQ. Peace.